NFL Week 14 is here, and I got all the plays to help us make some money on Sunday. In this video, 7 plays ranging from some long shot parlays. I have some first quarter props. I have some regular props, some overs, some unders, and everything in between. As always, my name is Austin. Sit back, relax, and I hope to make you guys some money this weekend. And let's kick things off with a long shot parlay. Why not? Why not us? 3 fellas, 100 plus rushing yards for each of them. Devon Achane taking on my Jets. The Jets just got torched by Bijan. Achane's been running better almost than anyone in the league, not named Jonathan Taylor. I think he can get it done. He'll at least have the volume there. The Jets aren't blowing him out. Knock on wood. I'm a Jets fan. Come on. Derrick Henry, he's kind of all or nothing for 100 plus or not getting to his regular line. Last 2 games versus the Steelers, 140 plus. Last week, James Cook had over 130, I think, against the Steelers. Their secondary has actually been a little bit better, but Derrick Henry and whatever happened with Lamar Jackson, they need to get him going. He only had 10 rush attempts last week. Don't be shocked if he has 20, 25, especially they're in a leading game script. They're 5.5-point favorites. And the final one, Josh Jacobs. He has actually yet to have 100 rush yards this season. Some could say he's due. He was dealing with a little bit of an injury going into Thanksgiving. He's had a lot of time to rest from that game. And this is a great matchup against the Bears, who the linebackers still pretty banged up. Last week, they dominated time of possession against the Eagles. So Saquon didn't really do a whole lot. But if they aren't able to dominate time of possession and the Packers do a much better job than the Eagles at stopping the run, I could see this being a Josh Jacobs 20, 25 plus carry type game where he's finally getting over the 100-yard mark, which he did 3 times last season. It's a chilly night, afternoon in Lambeau. Count me in. Little 0.1 unit play. Why not? Crazier things have happened. As always, we track all these picks that I put out in the videos. It's been a pretty good season for us. The last month or so, it's kind of been up and down. We are definitely due one of those big weeks like week 7 and week 8. Let's try to get one of those. We need some of those long shots to come through, but I certainly think they can. As you see, VIP plays plus 10, over 10 units on the season. So if you've been in the VIP, you've been making your money back and then some. As a reminder, you can sign up if you seek. It is less than $10 for your first month. Test it out if you want to. We do a couple of VIP props every single week for the NFL. We do a daily one in the NBA every single day. Again, this week's VIP card, we have a 1-unit player prop and another 2 props on the same player. It's his over in receptions. Won't tell you who. You got to join the VIP group. Link is down below. Sweat these bets out with our community if you seek. Let's dive into some Q1 props. I got 2 of them. Then I'll get into some other things and whatnot. I need to get a little bit of steam off for this pick, so apologies if I start ranting. If you're a fan of this team, you could probably join me in this rant. Justin Jefferson, 10 plus Q1 receiving yards, minus 115 on Fanatics, a 3/4 unit play. Typically, I stick to about a half unit for Q1 plays, but I love this one. I could argue it should be a 30 unit play, but we don't do that here. We don't go absolutely out of our way. But JJ McCarthy is the reason that we are limited to a 3/4 unit. However, JJ McCarthy could not be worse than Max Brosmer. Max Brosmer, he looked like me under center. He didn't look like he knew what it was going on. We're returning back home. Justin Jefferson, if you had 10 as his regular line all game at least last week, he didn't get it. He had 4 yards. And I know Kevin O'Connell, some people want to say whatever they want. We have shared the same last name. He's not an idiot. He's a great offensive mind, and they're facing the Commanders, one of the worst secondaries in football. If they do not find a way to get Justin Jefferson involved early, he might actually pull an Antonio Brown and just dip at mid-game. He might dip. And I wouldn't blame him after what has been this season. 4 yards last week? Come on. Lock in. Get him some targets. I know J.J. McCarthy hasn't been great this season. We know that. But J.J. and J.J. here have hit in 9 straight games. So it's not like Justin Jefferson, even with some bad QB play, he was still getting the job done here. I would be very surprised that they did not try to find ways to get him the ball, whether it's a crossing route, just some designed plays where it's like Justin Jefferson coming across the middle. J.J. McCarthy, don't be a bum. Hit him. He's one of the best wide receivers in football. Gosh, man. Sorry, Vikings fans. Justin Jefferson's making us some money, though. Just like this other guy who ruined my ladder challenge last week. Let's back Tyler Warren. I like his 10 plus Q1 yards, minus 120, and his 2 plus Q1 receptions at plus 156. Sprinkling up the units, half unit on the yards, 1/4 unit on the plus 156, 2 plus Q1. Tyler Warren been very good this season, especially towards hitting this line. Over this one, actually 9 of 12 games, 2 plus receptions in 7 of 12. Obviously, to go hand in hand. Hopefully, his first reception goes for 10 yards. Then we can sweat out the second one because obviously we don't want to be sweating out both. But either way, Tyler Warren's been really good. And this is a Jags defense that has been really good at actually stopping the run, not giving them a ton of rush attempts. But in turn, tight ends are torching them. Last week, the Titans, their tight ends had 3 receptions in the first quarter. The week before that, Trey McBride, 5 receptions in the first quarter. A few weeks before that, Brock Bowers, 4 receptions in the first quarter. They've just been getting torched by tight ends. Tyler Warren's been really good against zone coverage, which the Jags run a ton of zone in the top 10 frequency. I think Tyler Warren could have a pretty good game here for the Colts. I like his Q1. I think he gets involved early. Last week, he was dealing like an illness that popped up on Saturday. I think he has a big game. Give me his overs, especially in the first quarter. I think he gets rolling early. There's some weather concerns, rain in that game. I'm not too worried about that. Tyler Warren's not going downfield 30 yards. He's mostly, he might chip block and then get out there. I think Daniel Jones hits him a few times here. They also love to run those crossing routes where it's like play action and he's coming across the kind of the formation. I think he gets it going. Let's dive into another Colt. This one's going to take some convincing for you. Jonathan Taylor under 20.5 rush attempts, minus 114 on Caesars, a half unit play. Now, this line might go up just because people are hearing some rain concerns in Jacksonville. If it does, by all means, whatever. You could get a better line. It actually was 21.5 on BetMGM, but they were the only book there. So I figured I should track the line that's more widely available, which 20.5 is that. Now, you might be like fading Jonathan Taylor, Austin. You're looking to donate money here. And maybe I am. Maybe that could be the case. However, let me give you some stats. This season, the fewest rush attempts allowed in the NFL is the Jacksonville Jaguars at just about 16 to 17 per game. The only running back that has had even 17 carries against them, Christian McCaffrey. A couple other guys had 16, 2 of them. But again, this is a Jaguars team that has historically owned the Colts while they're in Jacksonville. 10 straight losses for the Colts down in Jacksonville. Not saying that happens again this week, but it's not like Jonathan Taylor's hitting this line consistently. He's under in 8 of 12 games. So, and a couple of those are right at 21 on the dot. So again, he hasn't been getting a ton of attempts. He's been super efficient. So that kind of helps with it. But I think it's a solid spot to take the under. It's not easy to get 21 rush attempts. Your team has to be in the game. You need to be able to run the football well. Couple things go wrong or you have some big offensive plays, he might not get there. So I like his under 20.5 rush attempts, just a half unit play, not going too crazy. It is still Jonathan Taylor at the end of the day. He would be arguably the best running back in football at the moment. So it is a little scary, not worth a 1 unit, but I think it's worth it. Let's talk about another play. Let's talk all about Harrison Butker. Over 1.5 field goals made. I'd make this a bigger play, but I historically have no luck on kicker props. I get the volume. A guy hits 3 attempts and he misses 2 of them. And I'm just like, you have to be kidding me. But I like this for a half unit play on Sunday Night Football because they're facing the Texans. The Texans are a really good defense. And while they are a really good defense and limiting points, I do think that Pat Mahomes and company are able to move the football a little bit here. Their last 2 matchups, first Houston, he kicked 2 and 3 field goal attempts. He was actually over this line in 3 straight games prior to Thanksgiving when they played Dallas. They didn't really need to kick a whole lot there. They were trailing. And then if you look at of the last 10 teams to face Houston, 8 of them actually have attempted at least 2 field goal attempts. Now, some of them missed, and that could happen. But Butker at home here, not a ton of weather concerns like windiness and stuff. At least that's what I'm seeing. I think it's just chilly. I think Butker can go knock down too. I think Mahomes will be able to get us a couple first downs, like when they get the ball at the 30-ish yard line, get us a couple first downs, get us in the field goal range. This should be a game of field goals against the Texans. Low total, chilly game in Arrowhead. I think they're kicking some field goals here, 2 of them for Mr. Harrison Butker, minus 115 on Fanatics. And then my final play, you should recognize this one. If you don't, you will. It's day 2 of the ladder challenge. I posted the video right before this video drops. So again, if you missed it, go tap in. I don't need to explain all the legs. I do it in that video, but finally broke the losing streak for day 2 or day 1, and maybe we can get hot. Crazier things have happened. We've hit 10 in a row before, or 9 in a row before. We're still searching for that 10 in a row. Maybe we can do it in time for Christmas. I like all these ones. You can go hear why in that ladder challenge video. It's a YouTube short here. Final thing I will do is an Underdog fantasy entry. If you've never heard of Underdog, allow me to introduce them to you, because right now all you got to do is sign up with my code COS. You play $5 and you get $100 in bonus funds. So you don't even have to deposit like $300 to get something back. You get $100 in bonus funds. They're consistently giving out boosts and stuff. Like, I swear every single day I log in, it's like 40% boost, 50% boost. I'm like, all right, well, heck, I'll definitely use these. Why not? Get your place of good plus EV. But again, I'll get into my Underdog slip in a sec. Here's all the states it's available in. If it's in your state, you should sign up. Code COS. Here's my slip. Justin Jefferson Q1. I took Tyler Warren just for 1 reception. I hope it goes for 10 yards, but if it's just for 2 yards, fine. Josh Jacobs took his regular line. I think it's solid at 78.5. And then Jonathan Taylor, less than rush attempts, 9.7 extra money. I think we have ourselves a chance at smacking that bad boy. Again, appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. 2 other NFL videos pop up on the screen somewhere over here. One of them is our game picks video. We go through every game on Sunday and even Monday and give your favorite side or total. We don't skip a game. So if you're curious how we feel about your team, even if your team is like Titans versus Browns, we have to talk about it. We don't skip any of the games except for Thursday night. And then, of course, my other video is our other props and parlays video, includes a touchdown parlay and then 2 of my favorite props, both at 1 unit. So I encourage you to go check that out if you want to. Have a great Sunday. Good luck on your picks. Let's have ourselves a day. Let's cash the ladder challenge and let's sweep the board. We're due a big day. I think we can get it today. Let's have ourselves a great one. See you in the next one. Peace.